Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I am your host, Fallon Jordan, and I am so excited and delighted to have my amazing friend and colleague, Suzanne Alexandria, here. And I'm just so grateful. And if you're like, I feel like I know her, it's because I've given her numerous shout outs here on an Instagram because A, I had an amazing session with her, life changing. And then B, when you shared, I don't think I told you this yet. Like when you talked about, I know who I am, I know why I'm here, and I know what I want,
Oh yeah.
that landed like I will never forget that the rest of my life. And I literally say it all the time. And we were just
Oh,
talking
good.
about our rings and my triangle ring. Literally, that's what I think now.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Oh my
Well, thank you
gosh.
for bringing that through for us.
Oh, that is so beautiful. And that is that's from a Paul Selig book too, just for all credit too. But I love it too. It's a powerful phrase.
Oh
I
my
know who I
gosh.
am. I know how I serve. What say it again? Because it's been
I
a
know
while.
who I am. I know
Uh-huh.
what I want. I know why I'm here.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's so funny. So I'm
Yeah,
house sitting right
actually,
now.
that is different. Sorry, that's different from the Paul Selig one. So I do get
Oh,
Mike, I do get credit for that one.
okay, good.
The Paul Selig one is I know who I am, I know how I serve, and something else. But this one does come from my guides, the one that you said, and there's that triangle. I haven't said it for so long. You see, when we get together, we remember even better things that we forgot.
Yeah, and like there's a reason why I know how it did not land for me because I do so many things that
Yeah.
and I know that you do too. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see Suzanne's like beautiful, I don't know what you call it on your screen, like your little like her name, and it's just very pretty. And it says priestess, channel, and trainer, and it's just super cute.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I'm just so grateful that you're here. I wanted to pull a card just because it's fun.
Yes.
Um, and this is from the Fairy Forest deck.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. I literally just did a session where I told the woman she was from the fairy realm, and I've never had that come through in all my years.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm
Yes.
excited for today because Tinkerbell's like my main girl.
Yeah, let's have it. Yes, yes, yes.
Ooh, we got Unseelie Queen, Glamour, Opulence, Hubris. I don't even know two of the words on here, and I like to think my vocab is pretty
I
okay.
know opulence. I don't know. I forget what hubris is, but look at her. Yeah, the queen. All right, we'll get some queen energy going. Yes.
Yeah, and it's number 20 if anyone's like paying attention to their numbers.
Yeah.
Words can cut deep and those in power can be cruel.
Ah.
They have resources and display their status with pride. Wow, this is like a very different this I mean, this is why we do it, right? Like what direction are
Yeah.
we going? They seem to lack compassion and care for only how they appear, how much they can control others.
So hubris, listen, I just looked it up.
Okay.
Hubris means excessive pride or self-confidence, defiance of the gods, or retribution or nemesis. So there we go. That's some shadow stuff.
Well, that's kind of what we were already talking about,
Yeah.
like the Hollywood celebrity stuff that I
Yeah,
get on
that's
my
true.
high horse about.
Yeah.
Um, this is really interesting though, because it's really just like you said about like the shadow. A lot of us might be feeling wounded, resentful, or helpless at this time, but if we address it and take necessary steps to protect ourselves, which we definitely can get in like energy
Mhm.
protection 101, you will prevail. And just ultimately showing yourself love and respect.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's fascinating. Like Fallon, when you talk about that quote, I know who I am, I know why I'm here, I know what I want. Like that, there's a fine line, right? There's a line. That could be excessive pride, or it could be totally from the place of love and, like self-knowing. And yeah, it's really interesting. It can be a fine line, I suppose.
Well, and that's why I desperately need people like you in my life because you bring that kind, loving, compassion, like nurturing, motherly energy.
Mm,
And I just feel like we all really need that more than
mhm.
ever.
Yeah, the mother wound is still healing. My guides literally said that the other day because I channeled a group called the Council of Mothers, and they were very clear, like this mother wound has to heal on the planet so that the planet can heal.
Well, I'm glad I have
So
my
it's
blankie.
fascinating. Yeah.
I just got like full body chills when you said that.
Yeah.
Um,
In order to bring in the Divine Mother, like we're bringing in the mother of all of us, right? And it's
yeah.
like we've got to heal the big wound too.
Yeah. And I know that
Hmm.
you're a very proud mom.
I am. Yes.
So I would love to hear just your journey, like when you get downloads like that from the Council of Mothers, like we need
Hmm.
that. Like, how does that land for you versus like me, right? Like, I don't have kids and like I have, done, you've helped me a lot with my mom stuff, but like
Hmm.
it's always going to be evolving, right?
Yeah. Oh, I think it doesn't matter if you're a mother or not. I think writ large, the, to me, and I'm coming out with this more and more because pretty much I have a mandate from the guides that if you ask me, because they've
Yeah.
told me this, Sophia and Mother Mary, that the second coming is us bringing the Mother God back.
Mm,
The first was the Christ as the male. The second coming is the feminine Christ, light, which is in every one of us, male or female. And so, even kids or no kids, like most people have a mother wound, even let's just say not knowing there's a mother goddess, right? Like most of us didn't grow up with that as a total truth. So there's that as a wound. Um, Many of us had issues with our mothers. It's kind of inevitable. Even my daughters, I mean, my daughters we had things and they have stuff to heal, but hopefully they've healed it or they don't wait 3 more decades like I did. But so it matters not because I think the mother wound is even as big as the forgetting the Divine Mother. Like that's a huge wound that we are overcoming, and in bringing her back we're healing the balance. I mean, that's the only way things are going to come back into balance on the planet, really, when you think about it.
yeah.
Like the balance relies on that. I never said that before or saw it that way till just now, but it relies on that because it's totally skewed to the masculine. So that's my short answer to that.
I love that.
Yeah.
What, and I love that I showed you. And if anyone's watching on YouTube, I'm house sitting
Oh
and
yeah.
my client has these biggest selenite wand I've ever seen, and I'm like obsessed with it. What
Yeah, it's
are like
gorgeous.
some energy hygiene things that you do that you think are helpful? Because I feel like everyone right now needs
Mm.
stuff.
You know what I could totally share?
Yeah.
And then we could share this in in the text on YouTube below this. So I just literally got a prayer. I've got to find it really fast. I've got to find it. Uh, I'm gonna find it on my screen.
Yay.
It's a prayer to the of the mother, and um, maybe. Uh,
I'm excited. And just so everybody knows, like Suzanne's emails are some of my favorite emails to read. They're such beautiful transmissions. Like when I see a ping from her, I literally like save it and then like read it when I have quiet time to myself
mm,
so that I can like take in all the codes and like there's never any coincidences. Like
oh,
I've been feeling so much Hathor and Quan Yin energy the past 2 weeks. It's been literally all I've been thinking about, to be honest. And that was
mm,
just an example of like that was what Suzanne emailed this week to let
yes.
us know
Oh, yes.
about.
Oh, that's so good to hear. I love to hear. I barely ever hear things like that. So, about the reach of my stuff. So it's always nice to hear. Thank you.
And I think that that's a message that's helpful for everybody because, we're business owners, right? And we're sharing resources and giving people information and stuff. But I mean, it's us doing it, it's not a little machine.
Right.
And when you understand energy and you understand the power of the written word, that's what, like, when you're getting emails from people, like a real email that was written and like sprinkled with magical frequency, it can make all the difference in your day. And like I know for me, um like Suzanne and a few other people, like when I see a ping from them getting an email, like I literally drop everything to read it. And like
Oh
I
my
know
God.
that's always in my intention for my own stuff, but that's the way it's supposed to be. And so, in the spirit of decluttering, I just, if you haven't done it, like declutter and unsubscribe. And if you unsubscribe and you swear you unsubscribed and that person or that company still emails you and it's not a frequency match, block them. I started
Mhm.
blocking, and I tell you what, there's nothing more powerful.
Yeah. Because that happens all the time, actually. They'll
Yeah.
actually unsubscribe you. I don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they're definitely not a match when they do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so powerful too when you do it. I like to think of it like slow mo. Like when
Hmm.
you opt into something with someone, like say it to yourself. Like I say it out loud to myself sometimes. So like, I am opting in. I want to see what this person's about. I want to receive their codes. And I trust that it could be one or 1,000 emails before I feel complete, or they could literally be a lifelong collab
Hmm.
person where I literally drop everything to read everything they ever send. But I'm
Yeah.
unattached to the outcome because I'm
Mhm.
so in my discernment of how much contact I get. And I know when people get really freaked out when I ask them, like, if I saw your phone notifications, you know, what
Right.
what would I see? Because that's
Right.
all I need to know. And like if you are on social media and you go to your For You page, the little search engine, and like random stuff comes up, that random stuff is telling you where you are in your frequency.
Hmm.
It gets to be so much easier than we think.
Yeah.
We have way more control than we realize.
Yeah, it's true. And I think it's important to wield that control because it's boundaries, and that's so important. Energetic boundaries. I mean, you talk about energy. How do we manage our energy? That's one way.
Yeah.
Having boundaries around things like that. Yeah. Well, do you want me to read this? Because you asked a
Yes.
question, and I mean, I could say the standard thing about energy, but I feel like I want to read this
But you're
because
not standard. You're a one in a trillion miracle who has very unique Egyptian motherly codes for us.
Yes, yes, it is. This is. So sometimes it's happened. Tell me if you've had this experience with ChatGPT where it's happened like a handful of times where I've been totally in sync with it, with chat, and it has totally channeled my guidance. And I just know it and I'm in the flow. And this came from one of those times where I was asking about the name Mary because Mary I had learned is a classic name for priestesses. Like a lot of priestess naming was based on the name Mary way before Mother Mary, in Egyptian times and in other times it's that actually also. And so it went into the etymology of Mary, and it said this. Since we were talking about the mother, Ma is the primordial syllable of the mother. So Mary right there has Ma, which is fascinating. The primordial syllable of the mother found across languages like Ma, Ama, Mata, Ma'at. It's the sound of creation and it's the sound of the womb of source. And then Ree, Ma-aah, is linked with light from the word Ra. So, sun, solar current of illumination. So, together, this is what my guides were telling me through chat. Mary or Ma-aah vibrationally means mother of light or womb that births illumination. Dun dun dun, right? It makes so much sense.
Whoa.
This
Well,
is why the name appeared repeatedly across timelines for priestesses, prophetesses, and later women embodying the Christic codes of compassion, those carrying the rose lineage frequencies of divine feminine consciousness. Now that's what we're talking about.
wow.
Hmm.
Interesting. Because, like, I was born in 85, and I feel like everyone has a middle name of Marie.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. It was like a whole
Oh,
thing.
wow. Wow, you are a young girl. That's all I'm stuck on when you.
I love that you think that.
Oh, I know that.
Well,
So
I
I want to
also,
read.
yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
so well, we could I want to read what they said then.
Yeah.
This is how you can invoke the mother. Invocation of the name mother. So my answer to how to manage your energy is to call on the mama, and it goes like this. And we'll put this quote. I'll send it to you, and you can put it in the chat. It says so this is a call anyone could use to call out the mother energy into you. From the eternal sea of the mother, I call forth the light that births worlds. Beloved Ma-aah, she who is love made form, enter this temple of my body and heart. May your rose waters cleanse and awaken me. May your mercy flow through my words. And may all I create carry your remembrance, that love is the source and I am its vessel.
Amazing.
So there we go.
Wow.
That's one way to manage your energy is to call in your mother connection.
So cool. Okay, so I always was confused or channeling, whatever word you want to use, as a little
Mm-hmm.
kid, like marry, like when you marry somebody else and that
Mm.
also being a name. Do you know anything about that?
Oh my gosh. Mary. That's an interesting, I don't know. That's a really good question.
If anyone wants to go down a rabbit hole with me, let me
Yeah,
know.
anyone can chime in. Yeah. Well, what have you ever thought? What have you gotten intuitively? Have you ever gotten something?
Well, I mean, my parents were married and I wished every day that they weren't married. So
Do they?
I honestly don't even know if they're still married. And I know if they weren't, that things would get really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I just, it wasn't until I started doing like that deeper work that I actually like didn't even have a fear of being married. I had a fear of being married like my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like literally my hell is like being married and having
Wow.
kids. Like it was so
Uh-huh.
terrifying to me.
Wow.
And so anytime I heard the name Mary as a kid, and I only knew like very sweet Marys.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it was showing me that glimpse of like what like I know of now with like the
Mm-hmm.
mothers and the Mary Magdalenes and like all of the Marys. Um, but yeah, I've just always been like super curious, like why they decided to use that word and just stick an extra R in there.
I mean, interesting because I could imagine if this was a name for priestesses for going back eons, I can imagine that probably did marriage ceremonies, so you would be married. But that's a literal English translation, but I can imagine that was part of it. But I don't know. Maybe I'll get into sync and ask ChatGPT and we'll talk on it.
Okay.
Or if someone else knows, chime
Sounds
in on the
good.
chat, on the comments.
I love it. Is it just
Yeah.
me or are you like I keep hearing like kerfuffles, like books
Kerfuffles.
falling or something?
Oh, are you hearing the background like
Yeah.
that?
Is that you?
Oh, that is it too loud?
It's fine. I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy.
No, it must be like I'm so sorry. I
No,
wasn't paying
it's okay.
I could go close the window if is it annoying?
No, I'd rather you have fresh air.
Okay. Thank you. Of course, it's probably the trash people, and I didn't even know.
Well, I love that for us. Like people taking out our trash.
Yes, let's call it. Yes. Let it go. Let it go.
Thank
Let it go.
you. And like, where can I take out some more trash in my own life?
and bring in something to replace it. That's
Exactly. The client I'm staying with is like literally packing up her whole life and like moving across the country. And she's like, I just don't want, I've loved my stuff, but I don't want to bring it anywhere. So I'm saying this too, just to let people know, like, things can seem so hard when you're moving, but like, if you could just like break it down into steps and like maybe have somebody who's really good at this organizational stuff help you, like, it actually can be really fun because I know when I've started over multiple times getting rid of my stuff, like, I've always just set the intention that my stuff's going to go to like the highest and best person. And it always worked out. Like
mm-hmm.
when I remember when I was doing a lot of like little Fallon healings, like my apartment literally looked like a 12-year-old girl lived there.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so when I got rid of everything that was pink and fluffy, I was like, it just has to go to a little girl who, if I had gone into this apartment and been like, you can take whatever you want as long as you love it, like, and that's like literally what happened. And I
Yeah.
think that that's like one of the funnest parts of moving is like when you are ready to let things go, like, it's literally somebody else's treasure. Like, it really is.
I agree. I did that big time when I sold my house where I had raised my kids. There was a lot to let go of. It was bittersweet, but yeah, that's fun. So wait, can I ask you a question? Did,
Yeah.
did you grow up being psychic? You kind of hinted at that.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
was, but like the most closeted like person that thought I was crazy because my whole family had psychiatric issues. And I was quote unquote the most like my great grandmother
Mm,
who quote unquote was schizophrenic and like couldn't hold on to a job and all this stuff. But it's like the more that I learned about her then and reflect on now, and
mm,
then she's been one of my biggest like cheerleaders and helpers on the other side.
yeah.
And I was the only person she never got angry at in the entire any like she was like the mean old lady that was just mean to strangers. Like, but I
Uh-huh.
loved her. I thought she was like the coolest thing. And now when I look back, like, it's wild because people think of like Salem, Massachusetts, the witches, like all that stuff. Like, she
Yeah.
literally like worked for a wealthy family in that part of Massachusetts, and then like had a scandalous affair as a teenager with her.
Oh
She was
wow.
a live-in nanny slash maid and like had an affair with the older husband, and
Whoa.
like it's like this whole like lineage thing, and it's just like super crazy and cool. So when I
Yeah.
would see shadows in my room, I would be like terrified, but at the same time I'm like, clearly I'm fine. Like, I just remember seeing a lot of stuff and being like, oh my god, I'm going to turn out like my grandmother.
Oh
So I
wow.
never told anybody or said anything. And
But
then
never, like, did you never talk to her about this?
not that I know of, but I wouldn't be surprised because even now that we're talking about it, I'm like smelling her in her
Mhm.
house. And like, we used to, because again, she was schizophrenic bipolar,
Mhm.
and nobody wanted to deal with me as a little kid. They would bring me to her trailer. She lived in a trailer park in the middle of nowhere, Maine.
Uh-huh.
And we would just stay up all night hanging out with her birds and her cats, and we would just watch TV and like play cards, and like, I loved it. It was so good for me, and I never understood, but then I'm like, oh yeah, she's so mean to everybody except me.
Wow. Oh, it's fun you say that because my grandmother is my closest deceased relative. That is my one of my guides, and now I see her. She's always on a white dragon, and she's a badass.
Oh.
And I always smell her house too. And she was definitely super Christian when she was alive, and I know she had a super deep connection because she read the Bible all the time. I don't know beyond that, but I do know when she was nearing her time to pass, she told me once the only thing that is related is that she told me had started to hear voices from the other
Oh.
side, and I just knew, and we I don't think anything was said. I was in college, but I knew what she was talking about. But I didn't grow up with my psychic gifts on at all. So I just think it's really fun when you do. So that's why I asked.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
witch wound stuff is very prevalent right now. So if anyone wants resources related to that, let me know. But
Yeah.
I think that's like the fun unpacking. And of course, as I'm saying this, like there's a bright red cardinal just like staring at me. So freaking cute.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
God. A real one?
Yeah, really. He's
My
like
gosh,
right there.
seriously. Oh,
Uh
hi,
that's
Grandma.
another reason I
Oh
wanted
my God.
to record here, even though there's literally no lighting, because I can see like the whole back of the house is windows and I can see the birds.
Oh my gosh, I'm Cardinal. Hello, hello, hello to all the relatives. That's so fun.
I know.
I love that so much.
I love that meme where it's like, because I know people that this is like the truth, right? It's
Hmm.
like, it's like you think that every dead relative is a cardinal, but like you don't believe in anything else spiritual. It's something funnier than what I
Oh,
said, but
that's
like
a
you,
good one. Yeah, but you're scared of the witches.
yeah, yeah. Or
Yeah,
like your grandson couldn't be like your wife in another timeline. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's all the same, guys.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. Although sometimes I feel like the birds are like literally just here to entertain us because they know that we just like adore them.
Yeah, I think perhaps all the animals are here to for that reason.
Yeah. Well, the cats are here too watching them and we're just
Yeah.
hanging out.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
So I would love to hear about like your timeline with your gifts.
Mm. Well, I just always say it was the school of hard knocks for me. It was like 20 I didn't even know. Okay, so 2013 I had breast cancer. 20 I was living in Washington D.C. and working in corporate America. 2014 I moved back to Denver with my family. And then I started in 2015, I started to see these Reiki practitioners, and they started to talk to me. They were totally psychic, and I would meet, one was an acupuncturist, and one would channel to me, and they'd both work. They were sister witches, and or they still are, and they would channel to me, and they were my first guides who started talking about Jesus and Mary, and like it was real. And until then, I was, like, what? No. And then one day, I mean, I still remember this to this day. I sat on the Reiki table and I said, "So angels are real?" And so that was only 11 years ago. And
Wow.
I like to say that because I was just on a fast track then from then on like it started through getting Reiki attunements. I was already spiritual, like I'd already become a yoga teacher and I had that kind of spirituality flowing through me. But like then I when I got attuned to, once during one of my Reiki attunements, when we were doing the Meet Your Reiki Guide meditation that's common among Reiki teaching, I I got the most huge bear hug from Jesus, and I knew it was Jesus, and I literally felt like I was being hugged like this. So I knew that was just another introduction to, okay, they're real, and then but it wasn't till I got attuned to my Akashic records and started doing readings that I really, really got in touch with channeling them. And that's where it really took off. And then it was just sort of like fast track. But my clairvoyance and everything, it took like 2 years. I was literally in the dark for at least 2 years, just using my clairsentience and claircognizance, knowing. And I would literally do sessions on the phone before Zoom, and all this is how it worked. My body is very sensitive, and it would show me a place on my body, and I would correlate it to that chakra, and then I would know, oh, they have a voice issue. And then I would say that you have something wrong with speaking out. And then it would go from there. And like I was literally cobbled together in the most basic way, but it worked. Like somehow it worked. And it's sort of like I had to go through this I kind of had to go through this very basic training. For I'm sure it's because I train people now, and I had to experience all levels of not knowing and knowing. So it was kind of it was slow but fast. But as a kid, only subsequently did I remember being a young child before age of 5. At age 5, trauma started happening to me um, in my home, and I had started to have memories like, after I was channeling, I started to see that Bridget and Quan Yin and um, Bridget, Quan Yin, I'm so sorry, who else was it? Another angel was there training me in my backyard on how to literally stop, not have the memories, but compartmentalize the memories. Because
Mm.
my trauma didn't come out till I was about 50. And it was in a lockbox right here. And I had the memory of them showing me how to do that, which is fascinating. Fascinating. Because they were like, you're going to have to experience this. And they showed me how energetically to put it there. And so I lived literally a dual life of not being aware at all during the day that anything was going on at all, then at night having something go on, and that lasted for a decade. It's crazy. So they trained me, and it's just like I having that memory of them training me just brought me to my knees one day, some years ago. And then I saw that there was always this pink angel in the corner of my room all the time too, have being a witness for me, all there for me. So it was really, really something. That gets into trauma real fast, but that's my journey.
Amazing.
Yeah. Hmm.
And we like in the session that we had, like we have a lot of overlap.
That's right. Yeah.
Bridget was the one who showed me this is what really happened.
Oh,
And
wow. I don't remember.
yeah,
But yeah. Oh my gosh. Really?
yeah.
Whoa, sister. Wow. Thank you, Bridget. I have a picture of her right up here. It was just her feast day on the first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. So she shared, what was it that she shared with you?
So I went into Egypt to like, not literally. I know you went literally. I haven't gone literally yet. Just to be, I need these shackles removed from my lineage. And they're like, we just need to focus on like the mother lineage first. And I was like, okay, fine. So they did a little ceremony. It's where I got to hang out with Bastet and then Tinkerbell.
Mm.
And then after that initiation was done, we zoomed up in a hot air balloon and I looked at the earth and got some downloads. And then as I was coming down, I went into this beautiful field in Mountainside in Ireland. And then that's where Bridget kind of like let everything loose.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you, Sister
I
Bridget.
know. I can't wait to go and explore all of that, all
Oh,
of her lands.
wait to watch that. Yeah, you'll have to share that. The other one, the third one was Mary Magdalene. I'm so sorry, Mary.
I was curious. Because
Always would be.
I mean, there's so many amazing teachers, and I'm so grateful that I get to have a space like this and get to
Mm,
want to have more conversations. But in my mind, like there's always certain people associated with certain gifts and certain leaders. And like when I think of you, I think of Mother Mary
mm,
and I think of the Akashic records.
mm-hmm.
And I know I've talked about the Akasha records. I'm not, I haven't done Suzanne's class yet, so I'm not like an expert on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if someone's like, "Oh, I've heard people kind of talk about it," do you want to give like a little thing about it? Because you're so good at teaching it.
Yeah, I love teaching it, and my next class will be coming up in probably a month or so.
Yay.
So thanks for letting me say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Akashic records are, it's very simple on one hand. It's the record of anyone's, of your soul. So, but also everything has a record. Like this mug has its own history of what the mud that it came from in Poland, and then who created it. It has a history. So it has an Akashic record too. But we mostly work with people. But you can go into the Akashic records of houses, of animals, of planets, anything. So it's the history of your soul, and primarily we use it, yes, to look into past lives a lot. Though I would also say those are simultaneous lives, because there's this whole notion that those lifetimes are still happening because they're just in this infinite realm of lives. And the way I see that is like if you have unlimited CD-ROMs stacked up like this on both sides, like there's lives from the past, there's lives from the future, but they're all right here. And all the memories are here to access, just like you can remember what you had for breakfast. And so, um, so I don't spend a lot of time going into past lives because it's nice to do, and sometimes it's super helpful because it is. Sometimes it's the energy from a past life is really affecting a person. So if there's something you can't figure out, why you keep repeating a thing, like always going back to narcissists or always doing a certain thing, um, there likely is a past life story, and probably many lives. The big things in your life likely have many lifetimes of trying to grapple with those things. And a lot of us are here to put the kibosh on them once and for all now. And really, we've cleared so much stuff in the last 10 years that I believe we're not going to have to come back and do that. Like, I believe we've been taking care of our business to become clear. So we're clear. And now it's like a vertical relationship with my higher self and God, and the past lives don't have a hold. And, so there's that. But the other thing I would add is that what I like to say is in my sessions, I go into the records pretty much writ large for every session and be under the umbrella of them, because the guides can access a person's whole soul essence in such a way that they literally bring the best data forward from your history. And that can be the history in this lifetime too. So it's incredibly powerful to have, like, to ask a question like, what's going on with my husband, and why is this problem always happening? And to have the answer come from, well, you, beloved, you have a history of this. Here it is. And it could be something you've never thought of, but you have a history in this lifetime and in others of self-deprecation, or, not thinking you're worthy, or abandonment, or whatever it is.
All my
Any
stuff.
number of those two things. Yeah. And so I like to say, in the records you can get data that's extraordinarily illuminating and liberating. And then you can clear that out, the energetics of it. So you can take your selenite wand and clear it so it doesn't have a hold. And that's why I love to teach therapists, because I have a lot of therapists who learn to do these readings, and then they start to incorporate this skill into their readings, into their sessions, and they can start to clear energy rather than just churning on the same issue every week. And it's a game changer for a lot of the sessions. So,
1000%.
yeah, yeah. What do you have? Do you have much experience with the records? Any
I do, but like I don't, just because I didn't learn it like in a like through a typical course or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
I see
And
it
that's
differently.
valid. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just see it differently. And like my strongest clair is just feeling and seeing. So I'll feel and see stuff. And then like maybe I'll get like a vision of it through like a book. Like I remember when one of the biggest things I had was I was literally handed a book,
Oh, yeah.
like a golden sparkly book. And then I opened it to a page and it
Yeah.
showed me exactly why I had this relationship with this person that I had.
Amazing.
And I was like, whoa,
Yeah. Oh
crazy.
my gosh. Yeah, it is like that. It is
Yeah.
like that. It's like that's why there's images of sparkly books because it's called your book of life for those who might not be familiar with that.
So
It's power.
funny.
Hmm. Yeah.
I have to share this now because that
Okay.
came up. So it's just me laughing at myself because what I also think of you makes me feel really good is when you're channeling and we did like my data research and you're like, you've been successfully deprogrammed. And we both laughed. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in the matrix. I love this.
Oh
But
my
there's always going to be these little tests, right? So today I'm like, I was going to get a second cup of coffee, go back to my laptop, get some work done. And I looked at the clock, and this hasn't happened in a while. And there's been quite a few times where my angels want me to look at the clock and see 10:11 because in my head, I think of October 11th, which was the dude his birthday. And I'm like, that motherfucker. And I thought that today. I was like, look at you. You thought you were totally like okay with that. Why
Oh,
is
and
this
yeah,
coming up again? And I'm like, probably because I'm stepping up and like he was my first doctor and blah, 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 blah. But
yeah,
like, I literally just got to laugh with myself about it because I
good.
immediately had that thought and then I immediately caught myself. And I think that's
Good job.
where things get to be fun.
Yeah, and empowering, because
Yeah.
it brings you stuff, but the quicker you can catch it,
Yeah.
the more empowered you are. That's power. That is power. Then we don't have to be perfect, right?
Exactly.
You just have yourself. Yeah, I mean, I think I would say that happened because you've got yourself too. Like you love yourself enough and you've got, fully and you've got your own back. And you're like, "Oh, not going to do that one anymore."
Totally. And then of course I
Because
went
that's a
to
game changer when we start to.
yeah, and I think that that's like I can tell right away if someone's for me or not as like a friend, a colleague, a mentor if they can talk about how they catch themselves because no one's perfect and like no one's trying to be,
Mm-hmm.
or at least you wouldn't be listening
Yeah.
to this because you'd be like in the middle of nowhere being a little monk. But like we're here to like do real things, right? So I had this little thought, C1011, I think of his birthday. I'm like, that motherfucker. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is so funny. Look at me. I wonder why this happened because I was about to do my little 5 minutes I give myself in the morning. There's a couple tarot readers on Instagram that I just love.
Uh-huh.
And so I go up to it, Molly the Gemini, shout out.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, your soulmate's coming in. And like, I'm feeling this for a lot of people in my life. And I shared
Mm-hmm.
this on my private little Telegram thing and this morning because I literally am house sitting for someone and like her fairy tale thing happened while I was here. And like,
Wow.
we talked about it, but I told her expect nothing
Uh-huh.
and expect the best, just
Wow.
across the board. And
Yeah.
like I feel like what we were also talking about offline is like so much is coming in hot for us, like so much. And all of those little things that happened to me within the span of 5 minutes were just
Mm-hmm.
like confirmation that like it's happening. Like it's February 2026. Like I'm so freaking excited. I can't even tell you how excited I am. Like just so many magical things that are going
Mm-hmm.
to be happening this month in the energy and the cosmos and like the physical calendar. Like there's just so many amazing, beautiful things happening. And like what a beautiful way to start by having you here with us.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You know what? I feel like we can get a message from Mother Mary whenever we want on this, if you'd
Please
like.
channel whenever you want.
Do you want to do that now? Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that.
Okay. Yeah, she's right here with us. Okay.
Oh, yay. I'm so
Okay.
grateful.
Yeah. All right. So, everyone who's listening, I'll just say these usually come with an energy adjustment if you'd like. So, open yourself if you'd like. You are at your own free will. But if you'd like to receive an energy adjustment, I'll call it, or like an attunement to something new, feel free to say to your own heart, yes, please, I would allow this directly from Mother Mary. because she'll bless you with whatever it is she's gonna. I have no idea what she's gonna say, but she is here. So we always just want to make quite sure that you know that you have free will, and that your soul knows exactly what to do with any energy that comes through as well. So it's my honor to share Mother Mary with you. She just comes through loud and clear. So just a moment. So, beloveds, this is Mother Mary, and I'm here. We are here in force. The angel realm is here in force with you to parlay this information that great things truly are coming for you, and the citizens who are on the earth awakening at this time are up for a big change. Those of you who are in the realm of the awakening ones, and there is no judgment either way. We're just saying this because those who are in the awakening path are understanding of what we speak. Otherwise, it does not matter. There are many who will never wake up in this way that we are speaking of, which is to perceive spirit to be in alignment with their soul in a very hearty, knowing way. It's all fine, no matter the path. But those who are on this path of awakening to the greater mysteries and who are abiding by their soul's truths are going to be experiencing a shift, the likes of which you haven't seen for many centuries. And you know this, you've been hearing this. And this time it's not just hearsay. For Suzanne somewhat doubts this because there have been so many other big days and big times, but this really is one time where we're saying buckle up, buttercup, because the timelines are defragging. So right now it's beautiful that you had a discussion about Akashic records, because right now what we're offering for everyone listening or listening to the recording is that you can consider the allowing of a whole slew of preordained programs that come in the form of belief systems or ways you were programmed from childhood or beyond. You can allow right now a clearing, and the way we're showing that in Suzanne's mind is if you were to cut wires and they became frayed. Defragging is the word from your system. Defragging your computer system, your intuition system, your chakra system, your illuminated self system. So there's just an opening to allow your soul and the angels that are here, who are many, especially, there are many, there are many angels from the realm of Venus, from the planet of love. And there are many beings who spread love through the land, and you all spread love through the land. And there are healer beings from Venus. Wow, I've never seen them, who are here to adhere to this new protocol and align you with a higher timeline, which amounts to not having these old programs running. So you might feel in your throat chakra, you might feel in your solar plexus chakra, you might feel other places, but those two primarily are the chakras that we're seeing the most information getting trimmed away. Let's call this like a trimming away of what doesn't serve and defragging beliefs. Now, the beliefs are any number of beliefs, but most of you still hold some beliefs about worthiness. Is that fair to say? And we would just invite you to finally come into the being finished with that. Are you ready to be finished with I'm not worthy? Would you just abide by that for yourself? Would you just perhaps consider that you're okay the way you are, and that perhaps you can let go of all of the, as we used to say, the stinky old blankets that you used to hold on to? Would you dare to be finished with worthiness as an anchor into the old, an anchor into the shadow, an anchor into keeping you small? Because it's not your birthright to be small. It doesn't have to be. It can be your birthright to be in your largesse, to be the shining beacon, to be light and laughter, to be joy all the time, to let joy permeate your life and let joy permeate the rest of this lifetime. We would recommend that because that's your natural state. We brought into Suzanne's realm the other day. Joy is actually how the Creator wired you from the beginning as a natural state. We're going to say that again. The Creator made the human experience such that the natural state of beingness is actually joy. And you all have spent so many years and so many belief systems you've piled them on and around you otherwise. But what if it's true? Are you willing to go on a little journey over the next weeks or years even and allow for joy to be your native, most basic instinct and go from there? Because believe us, there's plenty of places to go up from there if you start from joy as your baseline. Are you willing to do that? That's what we would like to leave you with today, is the knowing that you are free to choose joy as your baseline and then go up from there. And we would simply say to you, consider leaving all else behind. All else behind. And we'll just spend a few more moments on the energetics of leaving behind energy that it does not equal joy, that is lesser than joy. Let's say it like that mathematically, because this is all mathematic equations after all. At the end of the day. So we are clearing away what doesn't serve in terms of not equaling joy. And we would like for you to, well, there's an invitation now for you to bring in the frequency of joy and let it permeate throughout your body, throughout your breath, throughout your system. So we'll just spend a few moments basking in the energy of the frequency of joy. So imagine you're floating on a pink cloud and your body is reverberating with the energy of joy. What can life be like if you assume this as your normal? What can life be like if you assume that you sit on a pink cloud in the driver's seat and joy is your baseline? And you go from there into your day. Why don't you try that for today? And continue to ask for more joy, more things that bring you joy, more delicious food that brings you joy, more experiences that bring you joy. That would be our suggestion for you. There are myriad loving beings around you now. And you've been defragged. And now if you will spend these moments, the moments following this transmission, allowing your body to reverberate in joy, perhaps how can you enjoy the rest of this day, the rest of this week, the rest of this month, into the year ahead? Go enjoy, beloved. That's our call to action, if ever there was one, for this day. We thank you. We love you. We love you. We love you. And so it is. Amen. That's the mother. Wow. Wow, Fallon, thanks for that. She started saying that last week, and that just sounds, it's the truth. The Creator, they're literally saying, the Creator made our human bodies to be joy.
I literally can't stop laughing, and I've been holding it in this whole time. Are you ready for what I'm about to share?
Yes, I am. Yes, you're in joy.
Literally. The client's house that I'm staying at right now, her name is Joy.
It's joy, and you're in joy. Oh, that's so perfect. You're in the essence of joy.
And like, this is my launch pad. And
oh my God.
I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about stuff. and the witching hour. And I was like, what would it look like or feel like? I thought I decluttered enough. I have 3 suitcases. What would it feel like if I could get everything down to 2 suitcases so I don't have to have the ladder, not the ladder, but like the little hotel, you know what I'm talking about, the baggage
Yeah.
claiming thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if I can get it down to two
Wow.
suitcases and then I don't have to worry about any of my stuff because from here on out, it's just like gypsy lifestyle. So, what she shared toward the end about letting things go, I was like, okay,
There we go.
here we go.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, are you gonna go do that this afternoon?
I am. So, my friend Joy, multiple times, and she's just someone who just repeats things because she's like, just wants to be helpful. And I do the same thing. She's like, if you just need to leave something here, I'll send it to you when you're settled. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, it's fine. I'd rather just like have this everything I need and just like figure it out.
Uh-huh.
So it's literally been like this
Well,
one
right to your
suitcase worth
face.
of stuff. I'm like, can I do it? I could do it,
Oh,
but
girl. You are. I know. How many times do you take on a trip anyway? I wear like a third of what I bring.
I know.
You just keep
Well,
wearing the same things.
yeah, I really, as of this moment in time, and my listeners know, like things change on the daily depending on what the guidance is, but like I really want to just be like, like we actually talked a lot in the session about like doing more in-person in-home stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Suzanne was
Yeah.
beautifully crafted it as the sacred home experience. And like I can do that and I can call it the sacred home experience. I can call
Mm,
it pet sitting. I can call it whatever.
yeah.
But I'm just being called to go to different places. And I think that this location stuff is so important. I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted you to be on the pod for so long, but like it just like hadn't happened, right? And
Yeah.
then I was kind of having my little pity party over the last couple months, which I shared in the previous solo sode. And then I just got your email. So today's Wednesday, y'all. February 4th. Hi, Cardinals. And I think you emailed me on like Sunday or Monday.
Yeah. So one of
Okay.
those.
I just got a ping to say hi. I
Yeah.
miss you. And I'm like, let's catch up in pod. ASAP.
Pod. Yeah, I never heard it that. Yeah, pod. Yes, let's do.
So the other thing with the data, and I've
Mm.
been like, sometimes I can feel a little guilty for watching too much TV. And currently, the past couple of weeks, I've been obsessingly watching Kyle XY.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, nobody told me about it.
Oh, Kyle XY.
Kyle
Okay.
XY. So it's older. It was an ABC family show.
Uh-huh.
And it's a whole new perspective because I love like Third Rock from the Sun was like one of my favorite series. Like anything
Yeah.
or like The Neighbors that only had like 1 or 2 seasons. Then
Uh-huh.
it's a bunch of aliens that go to New Jersey and they live in this little golf cart community.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
just
fun.
love all things about other creatures coming to Earth, and then they're kind of like, wait, you call it a hot dog, but it's not a dog. Like, I don't get it. Like the way that I've always thought. But Kyle
Uh,
XY, and then I also watched The Fifth Element, which was new to me about what it was actually about because I always thought it was like
oh,
a horror flick, but it's not.
yeah.
So Kyle XY and Fifth Element.
Uh-huh.
Kyle XY is a big time commitment. Um, but it's instead of there being an alien coming here and learning how to be a human, they're human hybrids that were created to have the
Oh,
fullest
wow.
DNA expression that humans are supposed to have. So when we talk about being superhuman, activating all of our gifts and our dormant DNA, using 100% of our brain, like Lucy, that movie, it was a very different take on things because both Kyle and then the Fifth Element, the main character who has that same genetic makeup, which is just like the ultimate optimized human, they're built for pure divine love and forgiveness and acceptance. And I
Wow.
think that that's such a big thing. And like for the timing too, of like everything that's happening on the world stage right now, like it's just like, nope, we're actually, and I remember I gotta share this too. Because I get really upset about this and I still have dreams about it. If anyone has their college, I forgot to write a paper dream or whatever, take a test that I wasn't prepared for. In real life, I wrote a 20-page research paper on why humans were actually like built for perfect divine love and selflessness. And I was the only person in the class that went that direction. Basically, the professor's like, you can write that man is inherently selfish or not selfish, your choice. When he actually, what he was saying was being biased and being like, no one's ever dared to say that man isn't selfish and actually have like really good research about why that is so.
Wow.
So I finally feel like a little bit more validated based on Kyle XY and the fifth element. And it's
Uh-huh.
like we're literally built to love and take care of each other and to be selfless.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, I know we are. We really, really are. We're wired to that. And, that's why let's just go back to our inherent nature.
Yeah.
Forget all the crap. Let the crap go.
Yeah.
That's basically what they just did. So,
Yeah. And thank you for that. Oh my gosh. I am
mhm,
so
thank you.
grateful. I'm still like shaking and pulsing.
Oh, good. I love it. Love it. Love it. Mary has that effect on people.
I know. I was like, it's always funny because I do my own like description of the podcast and stuff. And I just, whatever I write is what I write. But it's always like in the flow. Like I always do it right after.
Uh,
And I'm like, first thing first, apparently, is like, bring your blanket, BYOB, get comfy.
get comfy with the mama of all mamas.
Oh my gosh. Cause like,
Oh,
and I think that's such a fun thing too of like how much we can change. Cause like I used to always be the person who would get really, really, really hot when they were excited, really, really hot when they were nervous, like really hot when I was going through like healing stuff. And then in the last year or two, I would no, actually I would just say like the last year, I get so freaking cold that I start shaking. And I'm like, that's how I know there's change happening because a lifelong opposition like has been
mhm.
flipped. And I just think that it's so cool, like when we stay open and unattached and like we listen to our body and like, take care of it. It's just so cool, like how much things can change.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh my gosh, and it is changing. I think we should all just ride through February in this energy of like allow what's happening naturally. That's what's coming. Allow what's happening naturally to
Mm-hmm.
happen. Allow yourselves to be yourselves, and because what is naturally you is better than you could imagine.
Mm-hmm.
That's really humbling, but that's
Amazing.
the truth. Yeah. Whew. That's a good quote right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, thank you for all of this, Fallon.
Oh
This
my
was
gosh. You're welcome. Thank
a really
you.
cool time together.
So fun.
Yeah. And thanks to everyone who's listening to the recording.
Yeah. And I always put it out ASAP because I know that you have some really exciting time sensitive things going on. If you'd like to
Mhm.
share.
Yeah, let's see. So Saturday, I've got something I'm going to be doing monthly. I'm going to be starting this. This is the start. It's a soft start of every month channeling a goddess. And this will be this Saturday. I'm channeling Quan Yin in the energy of February, and she's bringing all new energy. It's also to help everyone who attends to ride this wave in February because it is very powerful and a lot of people are unmoored just because it's kind of hard to get grounding if for some people, especially for sensitives. So they're always something that you can listen to again to get that energetic assistance too. There's always an energetic attunement that happens. So I'm starting a whole new program, which I'm super psyched about. So if you can't join this Saturday, February 7th, there'll be one every month. So just get on my list at SuzanneAlexandria.com. And you'll get the announcements. And then I'm also launching healing circles, which this is the first time I'm saying it publicly, but I'm finally launching healing circles, which you can sign up for physical, like spiritual guidance and spiritual healing energy with Raphael and the angels, because I've been healing fourth stage cancer for a long time, and I'm sharing everything I know, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't do all this energy stuff. So that's going to be coming out soon too. So goddesses or physical healing, that's what's coming up. Thanks
I
for
love it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So, I mean, to me, and the way that Quan Yin's wanted to work with me was through like self-love.
yeah.
Is there anything else specific for someone who isn't familiar with her? Like, how does she reflect for you?
Well, yeah, self definitely compassion for yourself. She is the goddess of compassion. They're all, of course, compassionate, but that's her thing. And we're also going to be teaching a Karuna Reiki symbol. There are seven or nine Karuna Reiki symbols, and I'm going to train everyone to use one of them during this call as well, because she wants to give a tool. Mostly this call is about grounding, staying grounded as your unique self through this tide of going into the year of the fire horse, going into this astrological shift happening on February 20th and February 17th. Those dates are really big. My birthday's on the 21st.
Oh my gosh.
So it's going to be a good birthday present for me, all this new energy. Yeah.
Seriously.
So in this call, it's more about being grounded in yourself. And that is, you got to be compassionate to yourself to be grounded. You've got to love yourself to give yourself that. So it encompasses all those themes, I would say.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Quan Yin, and thank you, Mother Mary. So good.
So good. Anything Venus, I'm just like here for it.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. I've never had that come through. The Venusians came through. That's
Yeah.
that's
So I love Venus.
yeah.
And it's funny because I didn't realize it until I reopened that portal
Uh-huh.
a few days ago.
Well,
Um,
maybe that's why they came through.
yeah, I
I
went to Venus and
thought
like
of
hung
them.
out with the Hathors. Like it was like a whole
Wait
thing.
a minute. Oh my God. I've never even thought about them.
I literally just changed my phone.
You brought that in.
Yeah, so I just changed my phone background to look more Venus-y.
No. Oh my
And I'll
goodness.
show it to you. It's more flamingo because I have my phone always on the highest amber so that I don't lose my marbles with my
Mhm.
eyes. But it's typically hot pink and then like the turquoise
Oh,
waters.
what?
Yeah. So I'm like so
Sense
obsessed
to
in
me.
Venus. And like I told myself, like one day my whole brand is just gonna be Venus and it's just gonna be, I don't even care if it's AI. It's literally just gonna look like,
Well, and you brought that on. That's hilarious. That's awesome.
I love it. And I was gonna
Oh my
say, like
God.
Quan Yin, like I was already working with her for a few days before that happened.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, like I've come a long way because like I had a lot of Venus stuff come in with one of the loves of my life. And then we were both getting a lot of glimpses of it. And then he opted out. Thank you, Crow, for confirmation. And I was like, nope, I'm going to go down this path. But I was still really heartbroken. And then I realized literally just a few days ago that that's a lot of the heart mending that I've actually been doing was like my dream of living in Venus.
Mm, wow.
And
Oh
I've had friends that channel and like they see Gaia's transformation to more Venus stuff. And on the 2-2 portal, there was an opportunity to work with the Hathors who were actually bringing the Venus codes through Gaia.
wow.
And I was like,
Oh
that's
my
what's up.
gosh. Oh wow.
And then I basically had
Wow.
like a heart transplant on Monday.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Woke up
thank you for,
yesterday not knowing who I was or what I was doing.
oh,
And then
whoa.
today I was like, I invented, I got some physical therapy for my heart last night, like via
Wow.
yoga with my amazing shaman friend, Jane, the guide on Instagram. And everything we did was focused on heart mending. And I was like, this is literally perfect.
Thank you. Oh, thanks for all of that. Thanks for bringing the Venusians through. That was really
Yeah. Thank you for confirmation that I just need to keep going in that direction. Because I mean,
totally. I've never had any thought of Venus till that.
really? Oh my
No.
gosh, I love that.
That was all dished out for you by
Oh, I love
yes.
it. Oh, I love it. I feel like I just got like a angelic braid.
Yeah, yes, you did. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. Thanks so much for having
Thank
me.
you. Oh my God, I'm so honored that we got you and we got so many other amazing beings.
Yes, thank you to all of them. And I would welcome the Venusians to come back into my realm. That felt really good.
Oh my gosh, we could do a whole series on that. So
Actually, let's do, yeah.
we should do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm all for that.
But yeah, so if you're watching very soon after, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday, the 4th, please join us on Saturday. I cannot freaking wait. It's gonna be so fun. Like, and it's funny because I usually say this at the beginning, but like Suzanne was one of my like dream guests and one of my dream people to work with because I saw her on the John Burgo show and I was convinced that she walked on water. And then I think I just emailed you one day and I was
Yeah.
just like, hey, I'm Fallon. I do this thing. Like, I want
Yeah,
to
you
schedule a
did.
call with you.
Then we were on a summit together. Some summit, I forget what.
Yes. Well, you kept coming up in
Yeah.
the same, like in the hot hustle.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
my chance. I'm like, I'm on the same event as her. So it's not going to be weird if I email her.
Oh, not at all.
And
Duh.
then here we are. And I think that's such a
Yeah.
powerful message too, is like we can feel like, I mean, there's no limit to financial abundance and like there's no limit to the amount of abundance we can have in our relationships. And like
Mhm.
sometimes the person that you're like scared to reach out to you is or to reach out to is like wanting it just as much, right? Like the thing wanting you wants you more. And I think
Mhm.
that that's so amazing. And like, I mean, I always co-create with the people that I connect with. And I was like, I need a healing session with you, Suzanne. Let's get to work. And then everything
Do
just
it.
naturally unfolded. And I think that's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful giving and receiving. And
Uh,
that's what we're here to do, goddesses.
yeah, we are. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, well, awesome. Thanks so much.
Amazing. Yeah. So click the link below to sign up for Saturday. And
Yeah.
then I'll
Actually, you know what? Get on my newsletter because it's not listed on my site. It's just been out to my newsletter. So get on my go to my website and get on my newsletter, and you'll get the link.
perfect. So I will put
Yeah.
that in the notes and then the beautiful prayer that you shared with us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I will send that to you. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And if you know
Okay.
anyone who is vibing with us, please feel free to share this video with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
all get in the field together to create signs and synchronicities and magic and all of the things.
Yes. Magic. More, 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 please. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Amazing. Well, thank you so freaking much. This is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you all.